All right, good morning, everybody, and thanks for coming out. We shook things up a little bit. And first off, I'm Jim Olson. I'm the head of brand and communications at Avelo Airlines. Giselle, who is our head of airports, who was originally, I think, on the agenda, she had some travel problems trying to get up here, flying some other airlines. So hopefully our announcement today from Houston, of all places, hopefully that won't be an issue for too much longer. But anyway, we're super excited about this. I come up here a lot, but we like this change of venue. This is a super important announcement. We have a few things to announce, and so, Governor, thank you for hosting us here today. It's a nice change of scene from our airport down south. Well, look, about a month ago, we announced 4 new exciting destinations when we were down at Tweed: Atlanta, Destin, Florida, Knoxville, and Charlotte. And I'm pleased to report that the initial excitement and demand around these new markets is very encouraging for us. In fact, one of the announcements I want to make today is that Charlotte in particular, we're actually going to be doubling the number of days that we fly there. So we're adding Mondays and Sundays to that frequency, which will bring us up to 4 days a week from New Haven to Charlotte. So we're very excited about that, and I think that's just great indication that as we announce these new routes, they are getting very good traction. So very, very exciting news there. But I know you all didn't come out just to hear about some additional frequencies. So I've got today 3 additional new nonstop routes that we're announcing that'll begin in June from Tweed. So I'll take each one of these because each one is very unique and exciting in their own right. And so the first one, which is going to begin on June 15th, is Traverse City, Michigan. Woo. And for those of you that have not been to Traverse City, it is a majestic location perched right along the north shores of Lake Michigan. If you know folks in Michigan, they will tell you this is the quintessential summer vacation. We're going to be flying it once a week on Saturdays because it is a resort vacation destination. So on Saturdays, we'll be flying out there from Tweed. We've got a very special fare to get things started at $62 each way to Traverse City. I really encourage you to check it out. There's all kinds of outdoor activities there, or if you just simply want to do an Airbnb and read a book or write a book or just hang out and do some water sports. It's a really, I think it's going to be a really exciting destination that you can get to now from Connecticut. We will be the only airline flying nonstop to Traverse City when we take flight on June 15th. The second destination is the gateway to the West, St. Louis. And so St. Louis is going to start on June 13th with introductory one-way fares of $79 each way. And what's exciting about St. Louis is that we will again be the only airline flying nonstop from the entire state of Connecticut to St. Louis and the entire state of Missouri. So the only way you can get to Missouri nonstop is on Avelo from Tweed, which is super exciting. And the other thing to keep in mind with some of these markets too, and I'm going to tell you that I'm saving the third one for last because I'm personally excited about that, is don't just think about these as destinations for Connecticut residents. Our data shows that places like St. Louis and the one I'm about to announce have about a 50-50 balance in terms of origination traffic starting in that destination. So this is great news for tourism and businesses, large and small, across the state, especially in southern Connecticut, that'll hopefully see an influx of visitors coming from these places. The last destination that's going to start on June 14th, and I'm personally very excited about this one, is Houston, Texas. H-Town is coming to Connecticut. And we are super excited about this. As many of you may know, that is Avelo's hometown. That's where the airline was born. Our founder, Andrew Levy, started the airline there. He actually started the airline in 2018, and then we launched flying out of Burbank in 2021. But the airlines, we call it our support center, but our headquarters are in Houston. So this is super exciting for us. We're connecting Houston to our largest base. So New Haven, Tweed is our largest base of our 6 bases around the country. And so again, we think this is going to be a great bi-directional route for us. We see that about 50% right now of traffic coming from Houston to Connecticut on connecting flights is originating in Houston. So we think there'll be lots of friends and family that this is going to facilitate visits for. There's great tourism opportunities on both ends of this spoke, and even for small business owners and entrepreneurs, if you're looking for a more economical way, if you've got a little bit of flexibility to do business down in the Houston area, we think this is going to be a great flight. So this one's going to start on June 14th with a introductory fare of $98 each way. That is a smoking deal. If you go on right now and look at connecting flights, because this is the only nonstop, when we take flight, this will be the only nonstop flight to Houston from the entire state of Connecticut. Again, all of these are exclusive nonstop flights, which is super exciting. But I challenge you to go look at what connecting flights between Houston and Bradley look at right now, and I think that $98 fare is going to look pretty attractive to folks, and that's without a connection. So what does this all roll up to? This is really exciting. The addition of these 3 destinations when they take flight, we'll be flying now nonstop to 24 destinations from Tweed. It's hard to believe. In 2.5 years, we've gone from, I think, 3 initial destinations in Florida to 24 destinations spanning 11 states and Puerto Rico. We can't forget about Puerto Rico. That we announced in November, which is that route is doing really well as well. So we're super excited about all those markets. When you add all those up, Avelo flies to more nonstop destinations from the state of Connecticut than any other airline flying out of the state. Now, the news doesn't stop there. This is great so we also have, and one of the reasons we're doing it up here in the Capitol, because we think this is great for the entire state, is that to facilitate these additional flights, we're actually repositioning a 6th aircraft to Tweed. So currently we have 5 737s, Boeing Next Generation 737s, based at Tweed, starting this summer to facilitate these flights and maybe some additional ones, so don't put your pens down quite yet, but we will be adding a 6th aircraft there, which will bring along with it 35 jobs, which is great. We all like jobs. These are great jobs, whether you're working at the airport, whether you're working as a flight attendant or a pilot or a maintenance technician. These aviation professional jobs are great careers. They're not just jobs, they are careers. And we see great advancement of our crew members. That's what we call our employees there. This will now top us off at well over 200 great aviation professional jobs at Tweed. So that's a long way since we started flying here in November of 2021. And the last thing I'll just say about that is that there's actually a total of 8 airplanes that support Tweed. So 6 will be based here, and then we have a plane based in Raleigh-Durham and a plane based in Orlando that actually fly to Tweed as well. So there's actually in totality 8 737s that support Tweed Airport now, which again is a long way from the initial, I think, 2 or 3 when we launched the airline there. So with that, I know there are a lot of other people up here, so I'm gonna get down from over here, but I'm gonna I just want to thank everybody who is making all this possible. We've had 2 million customers fly in and out of Tweed since we took flight. So in over 2.5 years, 2 million folks, 1 million customers alone flew Avelo last year, just in 2023. That's pretty incredible when you think about it. And so there's so many people, Governor and Mayor Elliker, I mean, you've been a fantastic supporter, and everyone up here with me. We couldn't have done this without you, as well as our amazing crew members. We've got a couple of them here today, Yanina and Felipe. Yanina, where are you? There you are. Yanina runs our airport there. That's not an easy job, so if you fly on Tweed, be sure to thank her, because she and Felipe keep everything running on time. So thank you for coming out, you guys. And so with that, I'll pass it on to Mayor Elliker, and thank you for all your support over the last couple of years as well. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Just incredible. New Haven is flying high and keeps flying higher. And I think the growth that we've seen at Tweed is an indication of a city that is, if you rearrange some of these letters, hot. We are growing in population. We're up to 139,000 people, and we're going to celebrate our 250th anniversary in 10 years, and we're on track to beat 150,000 people. And you see that growth just everywhere in the city. You see it with buildings going up. We're really leaning into growing inclusively to make sure everyone in New Haven benefits from this growth. And one of the things in particular that I'm excited about is the number of jobs that are created out of this. You heard over 200 full-time jobs. And every time I'm at Tweed, I do my own random survey and talk with the employees about how things are going, whether they like their jobs. And without question, every employee that I talk to says that they love their job. And that's a great thing for a testament to the work that Avelo is doing and Avports is doing. But it also is a great thing for customer service, because if people love their jobs, they're going to put their heart into it and be really excited to serve everyone from our community. And the number of jobs is jobs that are New Haven residents benefiting from, jobs that East Haven residents benefit from, and other people around the community. So really excited about the growth. Every time we get together, I give a higher number of the number of jobs, and we're looking at 35 more jobs with this new airline coming in. By the way, I don't know how you got these things through the metal detector, because
Through the windows.
through the windows, yeah. And so number one, just excited about the jobs. Number two, excited about the destinations. I'm not a big Florida guy, and you guys fly to Florida all the time. But then you're adding all these other destinations. Puerto Rico, San Juan. It's just unbelievable, the celebration that we had there. And a lot of other destinations that people aren't just going to for vacation, but people are going to practically. And importantly, people in those destinations can now come to Connecticut to explore our economy and everything that we have to offer. I'd finish up with some thanks. So I want to give Tom Rafter a shout out. I know that he's just thrown himself into this job. Thank you for everything you do. Mike Piscatelli is here, Garrett from the Chamber of Commerce in New Haven. But I want to give a special thanks to the folks on the Airport Authority. You have Matt that's going to speak in just a minute, Matt Hoy, but Robert Reed is here as well. And you don't have an easy job, because it's not a job. You don't get paid for it. But you do the work despite it being, there being some growing pains around the airport, and we're really grateful for your service. And finally, I want to thank the governor and Representative Tony Walker, because you have leaned into the growth here and supported and created a policy environment to allow and facilitate more growth at the airport. And we're really grateful for all the work that you all do to make this happen. So New Haven is flying, and we've got many more flights to go. I'll hand it over to Matt next from the Airport Authority.
Thank you, Justin. I also want to thank the governor, the mayor, and other state and local leaders for the support that you've given us to make this all happen. Without you, it doesn't happen. And this is really exciting. I think it was mentioned, it was a little over 6 weeks ago, as we were at a press conference at the airport, and they announced 4 new routes. That's 7 routes inside of 2 months. It's just absolutely tremendous. What this flight announcement, these flight announcements really means, it highlights the importance of the airport's expansion plan. The extension of the runway and the new terminal on the east side, and we are moving towards that with as quick a pace as allowed under federal regulations, and we're excited about the fact of what that's going to bring. And this expansion is consistent with what's going on across the country in terms of national trends where airports are experiencing market increases just like we are here. A lot of that right now is post-COVID activity, because during the COVID years it was a little dismal around the airport. There was not much happening. The other thing I want to highlight is that this supports business growth in the southern Connecticut region and Connecticut at large. It's more than just connectivity. It's a catalyst for economic growth, and as you heard, for jobs, which are always welcomed in our community. I want to highlight the collaboration. And again, the collaboration is a collective vision shared by the local and state leaders just to even move towards the concept of this triple P, this private-public partnership with Avports. And it's now, I think, a 3-legged stool. It's Avports, Avelo, and Tweed. I guess we have to change Tweed to begin with an A, right? Oh, wait. Well, the authority, that's what it is. It is that kind of partnership that is ensuring that this is successful. And to that point, I want just a quick shout out. Michael Jones who is the CEO of the new HVN LLC, which is the entity that actually runs the airport for us, also had some travel problems. Maybe they were on the same flight, but he asked me to say he apologizes for not being here, but he couldn't be happier and more excited about this announcement today. But I want to thank Michael and his team, his entire team, who run the day-to-day portion of the airport. It's a little-known fact, but the Tweed New Haven Airport Authority only has, well, it now has 2 employees. For many years, it was just an executive director. Tom Rafter was mentioned earlier, and Tom, as a longtime industry veteran, has brought so much to the table. So, Tom, thanks for the work you do. But it is those folks who are on the ground who make the planes run on time and your bags come out and all of those kind of things. So we look forward to continued prosperity, particularly in terms of what it means for the economy of Southern Connecticut, the greater New Haven region, and the state at large. With that, I'm going to hand it over to Robert Reed, Vice Chair. And Robert, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. So today starts another pivotal moment in Avelo Airlines, Tweed New Haven, and the Tweed New Haven Airport Authority. As we take another significant step towards our collective vision of revolutionizing air travel in Southern Connecticut, as Matt mentioned, I also want to thank the governor. We really appreciate your support. Today's announcement of increased Avelo flights at Tweed represents a cornerstone in unlocking the full potential of Southern Connecticut's air travel. This not only enables the accommodation of larger aircraft, but also enhances passenger experience with improved service and connectivity. Today's expansion of routes makes a bold statement towards enriching Southern Connecticut's economic landscape. By bridging distances and linking markets, Avelo Airlines' increased flights play a pivotal role in fueling business growth, streamlining operations, and igniting innovation across the region. As we commemorate this milestone today, we are not just celebrating new routes, we are reaffirming our commitment to enriching air travel, driving economic initiatives, and nurturing communities. The New Haven Airport Authority looks forward to continuing our collaboration efforts alongside airport partners like Avelo and the dedicated team at Tweed New Haven and the Airport Authority in of itself. This achievement is a testament to the strength of collaboration and serves as a beacon illuminating the promising future for Southern Connecticut. We are deeply grateful for the collective efforts that have brought us to this juncture. So thank you again, Governor, and thank everyone for their support. Next up, I'd like to introduce Rachel Linda, the Director of Tourism. Rachel?
Good morning. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here today. Thank you to Governor Lamont for extending this opportunity to me. I am in my 10th week of service with the state of Connecticut, and Governor Lamont truly believes in making it here because I am the first in a generation to be a homegrown, born and raised Connecticut resident in this role. So I am very excited about that. I grew up in Eastern Connecticut, lived in Groton, now I live in Colchester. I'm raising a family here. And I will say to our folks at Avelo, I am also a happy customer. I have personally flown Avelo, and I've had nothing but an exceptional experience with it. So what I'm excited about is that Avelo is seeing the value of doing business here in Connecticut. They see the hard work that we're doing here in the tourism industry to elevate and bring light to all the amazing assets that Connecticut has to offer. And on top of that, in Tweed Airport, when we're out on the road and we're traveling, I remember being at a trade show last year in Chicago, and one of the biggest points that I was able to sell to Chicago residents was that they could take Avelo from Chicago Midway into Tweed Airport. So it was a big selling point. So thank you for having that service available. I'm very excited mostly for that these parts for our residents to not only enjoy, but I know the governor would want me to say to have the folks in Traverse City and Houston to come to Connecticut and enjoy what we have. That's the goal. So what we love about this collaboration and partnership is that we're able to expand and enrich the lives of not only the residents in Michigan and in Texas, but in Connecticut. And it makes traveling that much more accessible. And we know that the success that we've had here in Connecticut on tourism in 2023, we had a banner year. CT Visit had 9.4 million visitors to the website. That puts us top 10 in the country for state travel tourism websites. In addition to that, so pre-pandemic level, 2019, visitors to Connecticut were roughly 61.2 million. Last year, we had 67.8 million visitors come to Connecticut. In pre-pandemic levels, our PR impressions for tourism and travel were roughly 1.2 billion. We're now reaching 4.2 billion impressions. So as we continue to grow our industry and grow our marketing strategies and understand how we can truly excel at being in the memory-making business, that is the business that I'm in. I am customer service, I'm in hospitality, and I'm here to ensure that everybody, both residents and travelers alike, have nothing but an unforgettable experience in Connecticut. It is the people of Connecticut who truly make it worthwhile to travel and to learn our culture, our history, all of our amazing eateries that we have. We've got some James Beard nominees in the state that folks can go and enjoy a delicious plate of food. Definitely try one of our yummy Connecticut oysters. So as we bring in people from around the country, it is our own local residents like me who show them around and hold their hand through their experience to make sure it is nothing short of amazing. So thank you to Avelo for continuing your amazing work here in Connecticut and for believing in the product that we sell and we serve. It is an honor and a privilege to be here. Thank you, Governor Lamont, for this opportunity. Thank you.
Hi, good morning. Matt Puglisi, Deputy Commissioner at the Department of Economic and Community Development. Rachel is a great addition to our team and a tough act to follow. But Department of Economic and Community Development, we are always reinforcing what the state is doing about live, work, and play. And this announcement this morning from Avelo is really representative of that. And Rachel really hit on the play side, all of the different impacts that this is going to have for tourism. At the same time, though, it ties right back in for Connecticut residents to the live side. This is affordability and accessibility. To be able to have this in New Haven, it opens it up to people along the shoreline to be able to travel at very affordable rates. And this really shows what we've been seeing. We've had continued growth in jobs. This is our third straight year of net population growth in terms of migration. And so Avelo's expansion here in these routes shows that the business environment also believes in Connecticut. And we're really excited for what's to come, the jobs that have been already discussed this morning. So from the Department of Economic and Community Development, congratulations, Avelo. We look forward to continuing to partner with you. And I'll turn it over now to Governor Ned Lamont.
Great, thanks, Matt. Hey, everybody. I like a deal, first of all. This is a deal. I mean, at my age, everything was cheaper back when I was growing up. Not Avelo. I mean, you can fly at so much less cost. It's so easy to get to. These are amazing direct flights. You know, fascinating places to go. Traverse City, I don't know much about it. National Cherry Festival of the country. We got to go there, Tony. Come on. I'll pay for the flight. If you pay for the dinner, we'll be about a watch. What do you say? And you may not be a big Florida fan, but it's so much easier and less expensive to fly down there in Avelo than it is to go through all those states. They all have a toll booth, by the way, between us and Florida. So this is a pretty good deal. And St. Louis, I love St. Louis Blues, you know, the hockey team. That was W.C. Handy, the founder of the Blues. You got to go visit St. Louis and Houston. I love Houston. Houston is an amazing city to win a national basketball championship. I'll go back anytime for that. I love it. And pick up where, Rachel let off. Pretty good enthusiasm, Rachel. You want to come to Connecticut, too. This is a two-way street. You're going to find, going to Guilford, Matt Hoey, you're going to see that is vintage, old New England, Norman Rockwell, downtown there, coming up on our 250th anniversary. This is where the Revolutionary War was helped created, started, and energized. This is where you want to be. And New Haven, come there, some of the most amazing pizza in the world. This is an amazing two-way street, and I hope that the expansion growth going on at Avelo, I hope you're just getting started. I love what you're doing. You're connecting Connecticut to the rest of the world and vice versa. Thanks, everybody.